Talk us through the details of this latest case. It's one of many, isn't it?
Oh, yes. So Trump's legal woes are really intensifying now. He had been hoping to put off this trial about his retention of classified documents until after the next presidential election, i.e., after November 2024. Now, a sympathetic judge, a Trump-appointed judge, has ruled that he is going to have to face trial in May 2024. Now, this is going to be throwing America into unprecedented turmoil because by then, Donald Trump could well be the presidential nominee for the Republican Party. The primaries get underway in January, February. The vast bulk of the states vote on Super Tuesday, which tends to be in March. So by May, you can imagine that if he's still as ahead in the polls as he is now over opponents like the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, he will be standing for president again on the Republican ticket and facing trial. Plus, of course, it's not the only legal peril he's facing.
Well, I mean, we've talked about this several times, and just the fact that all his legal woes don't seem to dent his support. But we've talked also about what swing voters might make of it all. So just reassess that, because things might have changed since we last spoke on this.
Well, I'm not sure they have, Kathy, because I think you're right. I mean, Donald Trump is absolutely hard-boiled with a certain section of the electorate that just love him. So, and you can absolutely guarantee that he's going to have probably 40% of the vote baked in, even when he runs for president. But the question is, can he get beyond that? And I don't think the signs are that good, frankly, because if you think about it, are people who didn't vote for Donald Trump at the last election going to vote for him again? I mean, going to vote for him now when they didn't in 2020?
Yeah.
Are young people going to vote for him now, who are joining the electorate for the first time, say? So there was a poll recently showing him tied with Joe Biden on 42%. So that looked very close. But if Trump can't get above 42%, if he can't persuade independents to back him, then he won't be president again. And that's his problem. But it could be a very close election because there's no sign that people want Joe Biden for president for a second term either.
Well, just briefly on that, there was a story in the Times today about how he's wearing special shoes and the steps to the plane have been shortened to avoid him having embarrassing falls. It's really a bit desperate, isn't it, when it gets to that?
Well, it is getting that desperate because with social media, every so-called Biden gaffe is minutely scrutinized. And even his doctors have said that he has a stiffened gait. And so, of course, just think of when you yourself have walked up airport steps, etc. They're quite steep on the whole. And I'm amazed to some extent his aides haven't thought of this before because they know full well that America cringes in horror whenever Joe Biden makes a slip up, either verbally or physically. And so they're finally doing something about it. But of course, if they'd done it originally, it might not have been so noticeable. Now it looks a bit desperate.